Kansas City and hang with 93.7 The Ticket on the scene prior to Nebraska versus Cincinnati on August 28th.
At Raising Cane's, we focus on being the best at one thing and getting it right every time. Which is why every chicken finger meal we serve is marinated, hand-battered, cooked to order, and made just for you. Quality isn't complicated, and our menu is proof.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
Skip the line and order with our app or online.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
There are great Mexican restaurants all over town, but there is one that is especially worth the drive from any part of town. Tacos Los Hermanos at 70th and Havelock. Cool off this summer with a delicious horchata or other special drinks, and grab one of their famous taco boxes for a group of friends or coworkers to enjoy, full of birria, tacos, and many other options. Don't forget their great desserts like tres leches, flan, and cheesecake. Get to Tacos Los Hermanos for lunch or dinner today at 70th and Havelock in Lincoln.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce is complicated. It affects every part of your life, your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce and the unexpected directions that it can take, it's times like this that you need a partner you can count on.
If you're a man facing divorce, contact Cordell & Cordell today to connect with a local divorce attorney who understands the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Text GO99 to 323232. GO99 to 323232. GO99 to 323232. 1221 N Street, Lincoln. Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textingterms.us. Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply, stop to opt out.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
At Schwezo Construction, safety isn't just a policy, it's a promise. Build with us. Work safe, go home proud. We're hiring skilled craftsmen, laborers, concrete workers, and steel erectors who value quality work and a team that has your back, on and off the job site. If you're ready to be part of a company where your safety and success come first, visit Schwezo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com and apply today. Schwezo Construction, 40 years strong and still building the future.
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes. Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com. Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. This month kicks off Koppel's 50th anniversary sale. We're celebrating 50 years by offering an additional $500 discount to the next 100 customers that buy a new vehicle. This is in addition to the huge savings already in place. You can take an extra $500 off our discounted price, or we can cut you a check on the spot. Celebrate with savings and see why customers have trusted Koppel since 1975. It's our way of saying thank you for all these years.
You're listening to Bock in the Blackshirt.
Terrell Farley.
Defending Terrell Farley,
who last week in his first start was a holy terror. Number 43.
And Jake Bockoven. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
All right, welcome to Bock in the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. We are here to talk football, college football, NFL football. We'll talk a little fall sports that's coming up here on the ticket right here at 1040 O Street. I'm your favorite black shirt, Terrell Farley, and I'm with Jake Bockoven, the best producer in my world at 93.7 The Ticket. What's up, Bock?
Oh, not too much. Just excited because today, as we know, is, they've had one NFL preseason game, but here we're getting to going with the rest of them getting going. And so that means football season is here and we won't have to wait for it. Now, again, I always kind of put that with a disclaimer. It's never quite the same preseason football compared to regular season, but there's enough interesting stories. A lot of guys, former Huskers trying to make teams. Isaiah Nair, if you missed it, of course, was cut by the 49ers and now has been picked up by the Packers. So, Omar Brown was with the Packers and had 3 interceptions in their open practice. So there's some guys trying to make some moves, and it's always fun to see who makes the cut, and especially during preseason ball, one way or the other. If you make it or not, you're a select few that gets to put on any NFL jersey at any time. So it is very cool. So it's one of those things too where there's guys that live in their dreams, maybe not to the level that they might want to, but it is still living your dream, to put on that uniform and play in an NFL sanctioned game.
All right, Bock, 21 days till Husker football. You know how we do it, Bock. Best 21.
Well, hopefully by the end of the year, we'll say Emmett Johnson. Well, but yeah, he's got a long way to go.
He got a long way to go to catch this guy right here.
Oh, yeah.
Mike Brown.
Absolutely.
One of the best to ever wear 21, besides Roger Craig, Prince, Derek Brown, a couple of more guys, Damon Benning, who wore 21, Dunn Westbrook, Mikael Wilborn, Lamar Jackson, Charles Jackson, Titus Brothers. It's a lot. John Decker, Emmett Johnson. You're right. But at the same time, my favorite is Mike Brown.
Yeah.
That'll be the crowd favorite.
Yeah, Mike Brown, just a fantastic secondary piece for Nebraska in those years. I think it was the 96 to 99. Just fantastic, and still to me, he's kind of holds he's the how I compare other safeties to Mike Brown, because that's how good he was. He was the bar for me, and of course back there we just talked about 22 days yesterday with Ralph Brown, and just making a great combination back there for Nebraska's secondary. 1999 defense, obviously incredible. You mentioned often how you played with him and Ralph. In 96, and those guys came in as young guys, were able to help out right away. His run with the Bears, certainly something spectacular there with Brian Urlacher, Tommy Harris, and those guys. But man, what a great player! And I always love the stories Amon Green would have when he come on air about Mike Brown. Never hesitated to go and talk some trash to Amon before their game. He said sometimes the Packers Bears stuff can kind of be overblown. That's more between the fans. But Mike Brown would go there and make sure to try to poke the bear Amon Green before their games with the Bears and Packers.
I believe him. Mike was a great player. I mean, when you talk about Mike and Ralph, the Brown brothers, what we called them.
Yeah. No relation.
No relation. 2 guys. At first, we thought they was kin. When you signed 2 guys from California, both of them from California out that way, and they come in the same class, but they get here and they look different. So they're not brothers, but at the same time, they play the same lights out football. I mean, these are 2 guys who came in and took jobs from guys who we really thought was going to start. I mean, when you look at that, Tony Veland, a 2-year starter at free safety. Mike Brown comes in, does the job. Tyrone Williams, a 2-year starter, 3-year starter at corner. Ralph Brown comes in, the freshman, leads the way. When you talk about these type of athletes, we in Nebraska, we need to get these type of guys. Derek Brown, talk about the guy who was part of the what he's part of the Weebacks. Yeah, who's going into the Hall of Fame this year. So you look at guys who wear these numbers. Noah Paula Gates, he wore it. George Knight, Marvin Scott, Harry Tolley. It's just Don Westbrook. It's a lot of guys that that love to put on this scarlet and cream uniform that goes out there and try to represent the University of Nebraska, Bock.
Yeah, it's amazing, especially you look at Mike Brown. We did this with Ralph Brown the other day because his numbers are are littered all over the pass breakup and defensive, secondary all-time stats there for the Huskers. Mike Brown always stands out outside of linebackers, the all-time leading tackler for Nebraska. Now there are some linebackers ahead of him, as we know. Barrett Ruud, the all-time leading tackler in totality for Nebraska, but Mike Brown with 287 career tackles, only behind Barrett Ruud, Jerry Murtaugh, and Luke Reimer. Of course, like I said, all three of those guys linebackers, whereas Mike Brown kind of played a safety rover type of spot back in the day. So just again incredible, the type of player that just doesn't come along too often in Nebraska anymore. And that's I was talking with DP and kind of thinking a big question for me this offseason is, can they have guys make that jump to be in the conversations of the Mike Browns or the Prince of Mukamara is another number 21 that's out there. It's been a while since Nebraska's had those guys. Now, you could throw some guys in there that Cam Jurgens. Well, I'm just saying over the last couple of years, but when you go back to those teams, they were littered with future NFL players and guys that were vying for All-American spots and that sort of thing. And that's what it's going to happen when you have top 5 program. And it just feels like how far Nebraska has gotten from that. But hopefully this is kind of the beginning, turning right. You're right. Maybe the turn was last year. If you kind of look at it as finally turning in year 2 under Matt Rule, to continue to build that way and to get those guys. And as I always say too, year 3, we talk about, making that jump. Year 3 at Temple, year 3 at Baylor, the defensive player of the year was on Matt Rule's team. So, I mean, that's a big part, and that's a big question about this year's team is who would be that guy. But yeah, I mean, you go through all the all-time greats. And there's just a lot of good names that you can go through at 21. Even off the text line, someone says Eric Strickland, different sport, but Strick was his favorite 21.
Yeah, Roger Craig. Let's talk about Roger Craig. Man, one of my all-time greats. When I was a 49er fan, yes, I have jumped the 49ers ship, Bock. I grew up watching the Cowboys versus the 49ers. My dad was a Cowboys fan, and I was a 49ers fan. And when we got the best of them, Bock, guess what I did? Got out of the room because my dad didn't want to play. He didn't play about his Cowboys. But when you talk about Roger Craig, a guy who should be in the NFL Hall of Fame 20 years ago to me, the processes are not – the process to the Hall of Fame in the NFL is not good for me. The reason I say that because you got a guy like Roger Craig who should have been in the Hall of Fame. How many Super Bowls did he win with the 49ers? 2. First 1,000-yard back receiver in the NFL, I think. But when you say that, just watching him and them knees run high, that was a running style that I used to love when I was a kid. And just to watch Roger Craig come out the backfield, that was a great thing, especially with Joe Montana and Jerry Rice and the Terrell Owens and Clark and all those other guys. You know what I'm saying, Bock? So why is it, it's just gets to a point he should be in the NFL Hall of Fame.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, and 3-time Super Bowl champs. We don't want to undersell
3 times. That's right. 3 times.
Offensive player of the year in 1988.
Yeah, but you'll put some guys in there who the only reason they in the Hall of Fame, Bock, is because they played 18 years.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that Frank Gore is not that good, but you play 18 years, you're supposed to damn near have the record all together.
Yeah, they're not wrong there. And yeah, you're right. I mean, 1,000 yards receiving in 1985, incredible year there. I think he led the league actually in receptions in 1985 to get to that 1,000. So 92, I think it was 92 receptions. And got 1,000 yards rushing on the ground too. I think too, you always go back to it. Maybe I always say if you're kind of in that 4 Pro Bowl discussions for, that's where they kind of start to make the cutoff. If you get to 5 or 6, you kind of start to get your way into the Hall of Fame. But at the same time, you talk about, like you said, just, maybe you could set to that to the side and say, well, revolutionizing the sport as far as being, that big of a threat on the backfield, maybe that should play a bigger factor in there. And it's always crazy to me too. Obviously he played at Nebraska at a time when Mike Rozier came in. And so, and obviously they had, multiple running backs, fullbacks back there as well. But man, talk about a great backfield that ended up You wonder what you could have done if you kind of spread that talent out a little bit more.
So let's talk about the 26 class candidates right quick, Bob. Drew Brees, in, out. Just your opinion.
Yes, Drew Brees is in.
Larry Fitzgerald,
In.
Jason Witten,
In.
Frank Gore,
Not first ballot.
Julius Edelman,
Not first ballot.
Greg Olson,
Not first ballot.
LaShawn McCoy,
Not first ballot.
Dez Bryant.
No.
Might not never get in.
Yeah.
Some of these guys are.
Some might not get in.
Yeah. Maurice Pouncey.
That's a tough one.
He might get in the second round.
Yeah.
The second go. Phillip Rivers.
No, not first.
Stephen Gokowski.
No, I would say first.
Geno Atkins.
No.
Probably fifth for him.
Yeah.
But you mean to tell me that you would let LaShawn McCoy in or Frank Gore in before Roger Craig? And you know what, Bob? That would be the biggest BS in the world right there. I probably would give up watching NFL football if that happens, Bob.
Well, let me look at LaShawn McCoy and see what his total numbers kind of came
Now,
out.
Bob, 6869. Here you go. This is he's ragging on me already today, Bob. The black shirt jumped off the Niners bandwagon to hop on the Falcons bandwagon with about 10 laughing emojis. Well, you know why I hopped on that? When the Dirty Bird, when Jamal Anderson them started playing and doing the dances and all that, you represent. I started going to Falcons football.
Nice, yeah.
So
1998.
You go to the football games. Canada didn't start till early in the year, so I get to fly home and catch the end of the season games at November some. But, it's just, you always want to root for your home team, though, Bob. I try to root for the Bulldogs. Somebody gets mad. I can't wear Bulldogs hat. Think I can now, Bock. I'm going to wear one now.
There you go. Yeah, this is a pro Bulldog show.
Yeah.
I'm a Georgia fan myself.
Yeah, I'm a fan of sports. Not particularly any kind of sports. Eric said, how dare you talk bad about Frank Gore, Farley? Shame on you. Well, I'm just saying, would you rather have Frank Gore in there, Eric, or Roger Craig? We could take a poll on this, and I guarantee you 80%, 90% of Husker fans would say Roger Craig.
Well, and then to your point, though, again, it depends on what are you kind of looking for. Career numbers kind of adding up. That's always my question about Frank Gore is when I talk about Pro Bowlers, and he's made 5 Pro Bowls for what it's worth, but only one time as a second team All-Pro. So, never maybe got to the height that Roger Craig was in 1988 when he was the Offensive Player of the Year in the NFL. So it just kind of depends on what you're looking for and what kind of adds up. And a lot of those, they're going to go with career numbers, but who was better at their height? I think Roger Craig was.
Yeah, it's different generations of football. I mean, for God's sakes,
well.
I mean, you got to understand what the 49ers were. There was a West Coast offense, Bob. They thrived on that type of thing. And for him to have that type of success, it makes the NFL look bad for not having Roger Craig in there. Not necessarily look bad, but to me, they look bad.
Yeah. And I forgot, too. I was just looking at, because you mentioned the Dirty Bird in 1998, how special that was. I forgot Jamal Anderson. That was really, we talk about Terrell Davis having a short period where he burst and became one of the best backs in the league. And certainly he is an example of a guy with a short-term dominant span that they did, that is in the Hall of Fame. I forgot Jamal Anderson really was just 1998. Now, he had some other years where he's 1,000-yard back, so I don't want to diminish that. But in 98, he had 1,800 yards, 14 touchdowns, I believe, and brought them, obviously, all the way to the Super Bowl. So it was that was a special year, but it was short-lived, the Dirty Bird was.
Yeah, it was short-lived, but, we still advanced and played who did we play? Oh, the New England Patriots. That was our Super Bowl right there, Bob. We should have had that game. 28-3, 7.
Oh, yeah. I remember.
That should have been the Super Bowl right there. That's probably one of the biggest chokes in NFL history right there when we talk about that.
Yeah. And for that 1998 season, of course, that's later on. They lost to the Broncos, and so, but that was still. I think it was the game before where the Falcons and Morton Anderson missed the field goal, and he hadn't missed all year. The Vikings are notorious, for getting close and not quite getting there. That was part of the fun offside. I mean, 1998. This is a good college football season, good NFL football season.
Give me your top 5 49 players, 49ers, Bock. All time.
Jerry Rice, Joe Montana, Terrell Owens.
What?
Am I missing a few here?
What? Now that's your list, Bock. It's your list.
Got to kind of think here. Yeah, I'll just go with the top 3 there. That's my best list.
All right, I'll give you mine.
Okay.
Joe Montana, Steve Young, Ronnie Lott, Dana Stubblefield. No, Charles Haley. You can't miss with Charles Haley. Charles Haley. Patrick Willis is a great one, Jake Sorensen. I'm just saying, I got to go all old school.
Patrick Willis, he's good.
Yeah, he was good. Man. Okay, Joe Montana, Steve Young, Jerry Rice.
Dwight Clark?
No, Jerry Rice, Terrell Owens, and Ronnie Lott. I'm going to leave it right there. There.
Not bad.
4 offensive guys and 1 defensive guy. If I had to go top 10, Bock, I could put the rest of them as defensive guys. All right, Bock, I'll give you my top 3 Falcons of all time.
Okay.
Oh, man, that's hard. Especially Jesse Tuggle. You know who Jesse Tuggle is, Bock?
I do not.
Look up Jesse Tuggle, Bock. If you don't know who Jesse Tuggle is, he was the heart and soul of the Atlanta Falcons. This is an underrated guy. 5'10", 5'11", linebacker, Bock.
The Hammer, it says.
Yeah. The Hammer, Jesse Tuggle. Then I go Dion and Jamal Anderson.
No Julio Jones.
No, top 5. I'm giving you 3. Julio Jones is my top 5.
Michael Vick?
Michael Vick is in my top 5, and that's it.
There you go. Work done? Leaving him out?
No. I'm not. I don't cheer for Florida State guys.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. I bet you Jake couldn't give you a top 5 Dolphins like Ray Finkel. Tula, what's his name?
Tua. Obviously, the list starts with Dan Marino.
Yeah.
Any Dolphins fans, they love it.
Well, it's just like this. If you're gonna put Dan Marino in the Hall of Fame, you might as well put Roger Craig. He won 3. Dan Marino won none. I'm just saying.
Yes, let's continue. It is crazy for years. I've heard the pleas and the arguments from
Andre
Nebraska
Rison,
fans.
Andre Bad Moon Rison. He's in my top. He's in my top 10.
Yeah.
Drew Hill. Shout out to M&J Soul Food, who won the Rib Fest at the county fair yesterday. Also came in first at the Wing Fest. That was 2 weeks ago. First for the people, second from the judges. They're lighting it up out there. I'm going to have them back probably right before the season, Bock, because last time we had them on, it was just on stream, and I want to get everybody on the air to hear them and see what they got good for us. 93.7, The Ticket. We'll be right back.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce is complicated. It affects every part of your life, your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce and the unexpected directions that it can take, it's times like this that you need a partner you can count on.
If you're a man facing divorce, contact Cordell & Cordell today to connect with a local divorce attorney who understands the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Text GO99 to 32 32 32. GO99 to 32 32 32. GO99 to 32 32 32. 1221 N Street, Lincoln. Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textingterms.us. Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply, stop to opt out.
Salt Mine City is your go-to brewery in the Haymarket for craft beers and great food. Enjoy a full menu of great items daily for lunch and dinner, like their Big Fatty 7-ounce hamburger or a Reuben sandwich served on Blackstone rye bread. And don't forget their beef or chicken nachos with guacamole, sour cream, jalapenos, and more. Wash it down with one of their 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager. Salt Mine City, now open 2 p.m. Monday through Thursday and 11 a.m. Friday through Sunday at 8th and R.
At Raising Cane's, we focus on being the best at one thing and getting it right every time. Which is why every chicken finger meal we serve is marinated, hand-battered, cooked to order, and made just for you. Quality isn't complicated, and our menu is proof.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
Skip the line and order with our app or online.
Tune in every Saturday from 12 to 2 p.m. for the Law of Lift with Dr. Lawrence Chatters. Sit back and enjoy listening to Dr. Chatters discuss real stories involving struggle, inspiration, and real-life experiences with special guests and insights. Remember, the higher the pressure, the greater the lift. It's the Law of Lift with Dr. Lawrence Chatters every Saturday from 12 to 2 p.m. right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies with a light breeze. It'll be hot with an afternoon high near 95. Tonight, partly cloudy skies with a light breeze and a low around 76. And tomorrow, we'll see lots of sunshine. It'll be breezy and hot with an afternoon high near 99. I'm meteorologist Kyle Glecker from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Nebraska football opens their season on Thursday, August 28th in Kansas City, and you can be a part of the best pregame tailgate party with Blur Events, live from Kauffman Stadium, home of the Royals. Doors open 4 hours before kickoff with a live DJ promoting interactive competitions and giveaways, tailgate games like cornhole, flip cup, and beer pong, access to ballpark concessions, and available air conditioning. Book your tickets today at blurevents.com/Kansas City and hang with 93.7 The Ticket on the scene prior to Nebraska versus Cincinnati on August 28th.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
A good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions. In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe. You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Bock and the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. Bock, I sent you something earlier. Now, Nebraska just came out with all their fancy new things they bought for the athletic department. But today I looked at something today that I seen that blew my mind. Have you looked at Texas locker room?
You're looking at it now.
Bock, that is unbelievable. That's unbelievable. And each locker costs $8,700.
Jeez.
And that's over probably 120. You know, the carpet in the new locker room is black with a wide burnt orange borders and the Texas Longhorn and burnt orange blocking ladders. Each row of lockers has a big screen TV at the end for players to gather around. There are also SEC, Longhorn, and Nike logos attached above the lockers, Bock. This is a locker room right here. I like that. I'm sorry, but I like that, Bock.
Yeah, I think it'd look a little bit better if they flipped that logo upside down so we could have the Longhorns down. But all that hatred aside, it looks like they've got like seats that propel out of their locker room.
They're recliners.
Recliners. They've got specific spots where they can kind of put their pads up there, as you would imagine with the locker room, but it just kind of stands out. So yeah, it's definitely bright. The brighter the colors always helps. They got the burnt orange everywhere. They've got, their name and numbers presented nicely. So yeah, I mean, Texas, as you might imagine, their new locker room, they didn't spare any expenses here.
Yeah, that's top of the line right there. The Huskers do have a great showing. We have just more than just a locker room. We have the whole building, the whole complex over there, the new lunchroom, the new practice facility, the new just everything's new over there. I mean, I played with the old stuff, so it wasn't that great.
Yeah, I mean, it's just crazy. I mean, if you can kind of compare it to your days and you see what the locker rooms have looked like. And I'm glad that, Matt Rule still likes to argue with what Nebraska has and what they just kind of put in with the Tom Osborne complex to have some of the best facilities in the nation. But it's hard to imagine now. I mean, because you look at it's everywhere. I mean, it's Kansas is doing. I mean, just there used to be kind of a rank, and then you kind of what the expectation was when you went to these different schools is everybody's trying to keep up, and obviously more money than ever flowing through the sport. The facilities from now are just a day to night from what you guys had. What was your locker room? I mean, what was the setup there for you guys?
Well, we had a nice locker room. We had some little square chairs in there that we could sit in. Probably 3x3. Wasn't great.
Was there did they do the
smelled bad?
Yeah.
Stink.
There bright lights everywhere, and
it's kind of bright lights.
Yeah.
Showers wasn't that warm all the time. But who complains when you win it?
Right.
That's the thing. We went 12-0 in a bad locker room, and we didn't even care about the locker room like that. We had just signed a deal with Adidas, so we had more shoes than we wanted. We won, so that took over the part of we didn't care about the locker room. We just won.
Yeah.
Winning,
was there a big talk? Do you remember, if you went on a recruiting visit or think big thoughts about facility? To me, the facility arms race certainly was there, but it seemed to really jump up kind of later. Obviously when you could start getting.
It wasn't all about the facilities when we played. I think it was all about how do you get on the field early and how do you win and go to the national championship game. That's the goal for football still, but we didn't really care about locker rooms like that. I mean, we just played football. We was warriors. You can call us old school cavemen.
Did they have a single TV? Back then there were box TVs. Was there a TV in the locker room?
I don't think we probably had one.
Maybe, yeah.
I don't know. It was, it was that's how bad it was, but we only had one.
Well, that's personally the times. That was just not Nebraska, but I mean, I think that's when the facilities really started to take off, when you can, put iPads and TVs, iPads in the showers, TVs everywhere.
Yeah.
Obviously,
I'm not a bath. Are you the type of guy that have a TV in the bathroom? I mean, I've seen people with TVs in their bathrooms.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I wouldn't mind it. I do. I mean, I am a shower guy. I like to spend a few extra minutes in there so nobody in the world can get to me in the shower, right? I mean, nobody can.
At least that's what you say.
At least, yeah, what you usually think. Now that my son will come in.
You ever seen Halloween? All the movies that people get caught in the showers and.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
But I just feel like it's a way away from the world. But I guess I don't do. Sort of in the background, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Scream. Yeah, Jake's look like a Scream character,
But yeah, I mean, I guess I would. I haven't. I guess I don't have an example of myself having TVs or anything in there. Did you ever on Seinfeld? The Michael Richards character eats in the shower. He thinks it saves him time. He can just kind of wash his vegetables in there. Have you ever eaten in the shower?
No, that's nasty.
No, that's weird.
That's nasty. That's one of the nastiest things in the world. I was a fan of Seinfeld. I love that show.
Yeah. Would you take a drink? How about a soda? Would you take a soda in there?
Probably if I had a chair in there.
Yeah.
Bock, believe it or not, the last house I just stayed in, the bathroom was The shower was bigger than most, probably.
It was a big shower.
2-3 people could fit in there. Had 2 water heads, had a big door I can go in. I could go in there. And, I turned on both water heads. I'm a hot shower guy. I like it. I like it just enough to sting my back a little bit.
Yes.
Just a little bit. Nothing more hotter than that. And I'll stay in the shower 30 minutes if I could.
That's what I'm saying. I usually spend a few extra minutes.
Especially if I take my phone in there with me and start listening to music.
The phone. Okay, phone is what you do.
Yeah, the waterproof.
Yeah.
Bock, I was looking at something, man, yesterday, and it was the funniest thing last night that I had to send it to you. And this was what was Jake Sorensen in the room.
Quick question for you, Farley.
Yeah.
Before we move on, I can't go back. You just said you bring your phone in the shower with you.
Yeah, I put it up on the rack.
What kind of person are you? Who does that?
You listen to music.
I've never heard, Bock, of somebody ever in my lifetime bring their phone in the shower with them. Ever.
You know where the soap? Know where the soap goes at? You put it up there. You turn your music on. Yeah, now you got the bad mic. See, now you feel it. Yeah. I put my phone up. I don't put it in the water. I put it like where a shampoo or something goes there. I sit it right there and I turn my music on.
I don't care. I've never heard it before.
Well, I don't know, Jake.
This is the problem. So Bock knows this too. Farley gets a different phone number like every 2 months. Is it because your phone craps out of you because it's getting wet in the shower?
Well,
you don't take phones in the shower. I don't care if it's waterproof.
You know how many times
I put phones in the shower.
You know how many times I left my phone on top of my car and I just drove off.
And that's why. Hey, Bock, got a new phone number today.
That's why you're getting.
I have 17 numbers for Farley in my phone.
That's all right. Only one will get me.
Apparently so.
Yeah.
Why are you doing this?
Well,
why are you putting your phone in the shower, Bock? You don't do this, right?
I've brought my phone in the shower before,
like by accident or intentionally?
No, listen to music like he's saying.
Hey, all right, good question for Jake. Good question for Jake right here.
Textures chime in. Is this normal? Is this insane? It caught me off guard.
Yeah, Latex and Miller says phone with music and a glass of whiskey, 30-minute shower.
Yeah, there you go. You got to enjoy your shower.
I like the shower without music being in there.
What are you doing?
The music gets played outside the shower. You don't bring.
Look like
phone
he
in the
looks
shower.
like Homer Simpson in the shower. Nope, just sitting there. You gotta. I mean,
okay, now I'm a fat yellow guy.
No,
am I that? I'm not bald. Like, am I bald? I'm not bald yet.
Have you ever brought?
now I look like Homer Simpson.
You ever brought a drink in the shower?
Absolutely. The shower beer is a thing. I never brought a glass of whiskey. You know what happened? Here's the thing. Here's the incredible thing that happens in the shower. Things get wet. Things get dropped. Why would you have a glass of bourbon or whiskey? You're asking for shattered glass.
I say you don't have to clean it up.
What's wrong with people?
Okay, here's one from somebody who works at Verizon. That's I worked at Verizon. So many people will come in just from humidity in the bathroom while they shower.
Oh, okay, yeah, I can imagine.
Why
that.
is the phone in the shower then?
So listen to
they're
music.
Saying this is a problem then. What a shock! Like I said, that's why I came in here.
We got people texting and saying they listen to us in the shower.
Look, I take mine in the shower and listen to the Ticket morning show. Now they listen to your show.
Let me ask. Listen, are you taking it into the bathroom, like on the sink, and having that blared for the shower, or is it actually in the shower? These are different things. I have no problem with
not in the water,
bathroom.
Jake. Not in the water. You don't have to put it in the water. Put it on the soap rag.
Everything in the shower gets wet.
Not everything.
Condensation happens.
Not everything.
That's why there's steam.
So in your new house, you have 2 shower heads. You take the shower heads.
I got one shower. I do not have 2 shower heads.
I had 2 shower heads in my house. So I
do not. I have one. Normal person.
Well, it's. I don't know. You're crazy, Jake.
No, you're crazy. And thank you for the. Are people backing me up or
no? You're losing.
A little bit of both.
You're losing.
Yeah.
Farley is 100% on this one, Jake. I'm with the Blackshirt. I put my phone in the shower right outside the shower. So my phone is 4 years old, fine, and it's in the shower, Jake.
The shower.
How many times does it act up on you and say, "Oh, this isn't working properly"? Probably because there's water inside of it.
Well, nope. See,
I get that they're waterproof. You cannot tell me that putting this device in water
You
is
know-
still good for the phone. I
Jake.
will not buy that from you.
Okay, so you look at the commercial that Apple had that you can go underwater with your phone and
Yeah.
take pictures. So
But why would you
what's
do
the
that?
difference?
Why would you-
what's
why
the
would
difference
you
of having
do
a
that?
shower in the phone?
Because they sell it to you, I mean, that doesn't mean that you should do it. It's craziness. The idea of this device, which costs a lot of money, going underwater to take pictures is stupid.
Yeah, it is, but you know,
Why people are just asking for problems?
if you can take a camera underwater, why you can't just take your phone underwater?
You don't talk.
How you think you get
Farley,
all these Jaws
I
cuts
can't-
and stuff like when you watch Jaws and Down Under, all that stuff? How
Let me
you
tell you
think?
something, Farley. A camera has one purpose, okay? A
Mhm.
phone has many purposes. Texting, researching, calling, apps. Cameras don't have that. You can lose a camera underwater. It should have the ability to be underwater proof. The phone never would. They're doing this so you buy more products. It's obviously a scam.
Somebody said, sounds like someone is scared to enjoy life.
I enjoy life greatly without my phone being in the shower, and I'll do it for the rest of my life. I'll have a shower beer, but I will not have a glass of whiskey or bourbon. If I have bourbon or whiskey, it'll be in a plastic glass. So if I drop it, it doesn't break things in glass in the floor, and the phone won't shatter on the floor or break the phone with all the condensation and
You're
water.
thinking like a,
I'm trying to
you're
help you
thinking
become
like
a better
no,
person.
You're thinking like a dad right now, Jake. You're
I'm
thinking like a
genuinely
daddy.
smart
Okay.
person.
No, you're not.
Would you eat an apple in the shower?
Sure. Why not?
It's like eating's okay in the shower.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
What's that going to cause harm to? Am I going to choke because water's falling on me? No. And if crumbs fall, guess what? They go down through the cracks. That's fine. That's perfect. That's what the drain's there for, to wash away dirt and water and maybe food.
Who eats in the shower?
I didn't say I'd do it, but compared to bringing the phone in or a glass of bourbon, sure, I'll eat over that.
What about taking a bath? Would you do you look at your phone if you took a bath?
I think it's more fair because guess what? You don't have water pouring on your head the whole time. The water is just you're sitting in the water. Your head's above the water. There's no water coming down in the bath. That's fine. It still gets your phone still wet from your hand. I don't suggest doing that, but maybe you can wipe off your hand with a towel and then text and then put it down, do your business, and then
Some
once
people
you're
like
out of
to
the
take
bath, you
30-minute showers, Jake.
Well, can you not live without your phone for a half hour?
No.
We're so addicted to these as a society. Yeah, I'm making a plug now. We could take a half hour away from the phone. Are you texting in the shower? Are you texting in the shower, Farley? Why?
Oh, hey, 1097
Why
says
are you doing this?
shower beers and shower liquors are amazing, Jake. Live a little.
I didn't say I wouldn't have a shower liquor, but why in a glass? You're asking for chaos when your hand drops the glass because
Make
it's
it slip,
wet.
yeah.
And then there's glass that's going through the drain and it's going on your foot, and now you're crying because you stepped yourself on pieces of glass.
Jake.
You know, there's a song
Gus
called
Mohawk,
Walking On Broken
Gus
Glass.
Mohawk says Jake is on full Jerry Seinfeld mode right here. What's the deal with the phone in the shower?
Yeah, I feel like it. Listen, I get Jerry Foley. I've been told when I get upset, I sound like Jerry Seinfeld. That's because Jerry has great takes. There's a lot of things he talks about saying, why are we doing this? It's common sense.
That's what you're gonna be. That's what you're gonna be saying about the Dolphins all year.
I said 5-12.
5-12.
By the way, how dare you forget about John Abraham for the Falcons?
We
even
didn't
texted
draft
it
him.
in. I gave you Morton Anderson. I gave you Algie Crumpler. I gave you Roddy White.
Top 10.
How many guys in the top 10? I heard like 20 so far in your top 10.
No, you didn't, sir.
Yeah, I did.
No, I didn't, sir.
Top 5 Dolphins.
I said Gerald Riggs, top 10 Gerald Riggs. So that's like 40 guys in the top
Mike
10.
Rozier. He played for the Falcons.
Sadly, he's not a top 10 Falcon.
No. But he played for the Falcons.
I was sad that Bock didn't bring up Garrison Hurst for the Niners earlier.
Oh, yeah, I like Garrison Hurst.
Great name.
I don't know
great
if
player.
he's a top 10.
Probably not, but he's good. Joe Staley was good there.
How about Trent Williams, George Kittle, some current guys,
Right, those are
might
guys
be
that-
in there?
Now, Bach laughed at Patrick Willis. He's a Hall of Famer, Bach.
Patrick
You laughed.
Willis is fine. I just don't
He
know if
had
he's
a short
top 5.
career. He's
Merton
still a Hall of
Hanks.
Famer.
What about Merton Hanks?
Sure.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. I'm
Can
trying to
Deion
help you
Sanders
talk
be on
common
more than?
sense here.
Can Deion be on more than one team?
Sure.
Because he can be on the Falcons, the Cowboys, and the 49ers.
I don't think he would be worthy of the Niners' top 5 of all time.
Nah, I don't think
Cowboys
top 5.
probably more than anybody, right? More than the Falcons even? Would the
Nah.
Cowboys be the most? Or is it Falcons?
Deion say he built that house. Prime time.
I'm glad I could attempt to talk common sense into this phone in the shower nonsense. You will not get me on the same page as you. We will never be on the same page because as the man who has had 47 phone numbers since I've known you, you're not winning this conversation.
I am going to win this conversation.
No,
I
you're
am.
not.
Unless you're going to sit here all day.
Okay.
You got
If
work
you're trying
to
to
do.
tell people to bring phones in the showers, I will debate you all day long on that.
That's
and I will
okay.
win.
I'll come on your show and debate you in the morning. I'll meet you here at
And
6
you will
o'clock,
lose.
Jake.
And Bill and Sip will be against you on
They're
this.
old guys. They're not going to know
they're
anything
smart
about that.
guys on this
No,
one.
Simple probably does it.
The
He looks
phone
like the type.
companies want you to buy more because
He looks like the type to read his phone in the
Simple
shower.
looks like the type
Yeah.
to bring his phone in the
Yeah.
shower.
Farley, some things you say need to be stormed in on. This is one of them.
Yeah. Great conversation.
I could not
Great
let this
conversation,
go.
Bob.
Yeah, good conversation.
I don't know who started it, but I
You
think
did.
Jake.
You did. It's nonsense take.
Somebody said it's called a tumbler, Jake. Don't take glass in there, crazy.
I could live with that. But someone said a glass of bourbon. I said, you're insane. What are we doing?
Better days, Jake. Better days. Better times. Get out of here. 93.7 The Ticket. This is Bock in the black shirt with special guest, the shower man, with the phone. We'll be right back.
At Raising Cane's, we focus on being the best at one thing and getting it right every time. Which is why every chicken finger meal we serve is marinated, hand battered, cooked to order, and made just for you. Quality isn't complicated, and our menu is proof.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
Skip the line and order with our app or online.
Tune in every Saturday from 12 to 2 p.m. for the Law of Lift with Dr. Lawrence Chatters. Sit back and enjoy listening to Dr. Chatters discuss real stories involving struggle, inspiration, and real-life experiences with special guests and insights. Remember, the higher the pressure, the greater the lift. It's the Law of Lift with Dr. Lawrence Chatters every Saturday from 12 to 2 p.m. right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships, one with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs, from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. This month kicks off Koppel's 50th anniversary sale. We're celebrating 50 years by offering an additional $500 discount to the next 100 customers that buy a new vehicle. This is in addition to the huge savings already in place. You can take an extra $500 off our discounted price, or we can cut you a check on the spot. Celebrate with savings and see why customers have trusted Koppel since 1975. It's our way of saying thank you for all these years.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports, or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine. Nebraska football opens their season on Thursday, August 28th in Kansas City, and you can be a part of the best pregame tailgate party with Blur Events, live from Kauffman Stadium, home of the Royals. Doors open 4 hours before kickoff with a live DJ promoting interactive competitions and giveaways. Tailgate games like cornhole, flip cup, and beer pong. Access to ballpark concessions and available air conditioning. Book your tickets today at blurevents.com/Kansas City and hang with 93.7 The Ticket on the scene prior to Nebraska versus Cincinnati on August 28th.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contests, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies with a light breeze. It'll be hot with an afternoon high near 95. Tonight, partly cloudy skies with a light breeze and a low around 76. And tomorrow, we'll see lots of sunshine. It'll be breezy and hot with an afternoon high near 99. I'm meteorologist Kyle Lecker from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Oh, man, Jake Sorensen is a trip. Welcome back to 93.7 The Ticket, Bock and the Blackshirt. Bock, see, here's a couple of things that you and Jake have to learn about life. Your kids are finna take you through life. You know, when I was raising my kids, man, it was... And you think just showering with the phone in there is bad. Just wait till you start taking your kids to school and things like that. But I remember one time I used to walk my kids to the bus stop and stand out in the yard to watch them walk home. Well, one day my son thought I wasn't out there. He goes in his book bag and throws all his papers in the sewer. Bock, I went down there and I got it. He had bad grades. He didn't do nothing.
Okay.
He didn't do nothing in school today. So you worried about a shower, phone in the shower? Worry about life with kids. When they get older, the older they get, Bock, the more serious you're gonna get.
Yeah, I know. I already know you got to watch out for what they're going to put in the shower. Their toys and stuff falling down the drain, all that stuff.
Yeah, you ever stepped on a toy in the shower?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
worse than taking your phone in the shower. Oh, a Lego. What is?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're worried about a phone in the shower. Worried about a Lego or a dinosaur tail sticking you in the bottom of your foot, and he's worried about a phone in there.
Yeah, I really didn't know that would be such a controversial topic. I think that's. I thought it was fairly common, but and really it's kind of funny because our text line was kind of split on it.
Well, I'm kind of a phone in the shower guy.
Yeah,
I don't care if I put plastic over it and just listen to it. I like music when I shower, and sometimes I like to listen to different. Like I might listen to Shannon Sharp or somebody or a podcast or Strawberry Letter when I'm in the shower. Just listening to that Steve Harvey Morning Show. I mean, it's different. I mean. I used to have what they call those little speakers, those little the little Bluetooth speakers.
Yep.
Yeah, I had one of those. The kids take them and you never see them again. So
Yeah.
you know why worry about a Bluetooth speaker when the kids take them and they be on everywhere else besides where I put it at.
Yeah, might as well just go direct to the source, get the shower, get the phone in there, turn it all the way up. Like I said, you can find a dry spot in the shower or something. I mean, obviously you're thinking of that when you're going in there.
Yeah, like I says, Jake is concerned for your phone well-being. I don't care about phones. I'm probably one of those persons that can go without a phone. You know why? Because I have a PlayStation 5. That's why I don't need a phone. You will never get in touch with me anyway when I'm playing because I won't answer the phone. I won't.
Yeah.
I won't. And probably unless it's somebody I see. I mean, I want to talk to.
Yeah.
Listen to my son say, "Hey, Dad, I'm on with you." All right, now, bye. Get off the phone. Let's go. I'm not a phone person.
Not big.
Not big on talking. I really. I mean, probably the most people I talk to is like my cousins. Keo, I'll call him probably once a week. Kenny Wilhite, call him once a week, check on him. We have this text group, so I'm not. My mom and dad. That's it.
Yeah.
I screen my kids' call because that's a money call. Every time they call, that's a dollar sign. I don't answer their phone calls.
Do you do FaceTime too much at all?
I FaceTime with my granddaughter every day.
Oh yeah, okay.
So
yeah,
but I have to go through. Now I don't have to go through my son, but that's the number I have to dial.
Yeah.
And we didn't talk for a couple of days, but he made that phone call yesterday.
Oh, good.
It was money involved in it, though, Bock.
Yeah.
It was money involved in it. Believe that. You don't get a phone call, "Hey, Dad, what you doing?" That never happens, Bock.
Yeah.
They only call when they want something.
Need something.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Well, fair enough.
And I talked to my granddaughter for about 5 minutes yesterday till she hangs up on me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, once she started hanging up, then I don't call back. I'm good. Don't want to talk to her. Don't want to talk to her. Yeah, and I'm looking for gifts for my birthday for my son this year.
That's right.
Yeah.
Coming up right around the corner.
Yes. 9 days.
Yeah.
9 days to 50. 9 for 50. And then what? Farley, I don't like to talk, said the guys with a radio show. Well, it's a radio show. I don't like to talk when I'm at home.
Yeah, like the math.
I like to talk to you people. I mean, you guys. I mean, I love talking on the radio, but I like to play PlayStation. I talk on that.
That's right.
I haven't been banned in a long time.
Before you get banned.
Take us out, Bock.
All right, you listen to Bock in the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. I'm Jake Bockoven, and he is Terrell Farley. We will be back after this.
Nebraska football opens their season on Thursday, August 28th in Kansas City, and you can be a part of the best pregame tailgate party with Blur Events, live from Kauffman Stadium, home of the Royals. Doors open 4 hours before kickoff with a live DJ promoting interactive competitions and giveaways, tailgate games like cornhole, flip cup, and beer pong, access to ballpark concessions, and available air conditioning. Book your tickets today at blurevents.com/Kansas City and hang with 93.7 The Ticket on the scene prior to Nebraska versus Cincinnati on August 28th.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies with a light breeze. It'll be hot with an afternoon high near 95. Tonight, partly cloudy skies with a light breeze and a low around 76. And tomorrow, we'll see lots of sunshine. It'll be breezy and hot with an afternoon high near 99. I'm meteorologist Kyle Glecker from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Hog Wild's giant stuffed baked potatoes are anything but basic and really hit the spot when you're craving a little comfort food. Nothing is more satisfying than a Hog Wild baked potato loaded with butter, sour cream, cheddar cheese, bacon bits, and chives. Add your choice of a Hog Wild house smoked meat like pulled pork, chicken, or brisket for a little extra. Order online at GoHogWild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
If the power is out, keep your fridge and freezer closed. Perishable food lasts 4 hours in the fridge, and frozen food lasts up to 2 days if it stays below 40 degrees. See more tips at les.com/safety.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with the child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
MHC isn't a new company, just a new name. Moe's Moving is now Moe's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered, specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can handle your commercial moves as well. MHC Moving has 0 hidden fees. You'll never pay for same-day booking or be charged for stairs, heavy items, or elevator fees. Rates are the same Monday through Saturday, and you will never pay a truck or fuel surcharge. And they offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to Bock in the Blackshirt.
Terrell Farley. Defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror. Number 43.
And Jake Bockoven. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
All right, welcome back to 93.7 The Ticket. Bock in the black shirt right here. Bock, looking at a couple of things on AI, which is kind of crazy to me. But they predicted the MVP for the next 10 years in the NFL. And first of all, this is going to be crazy right here, Bock.
AI certainly has.
Go ahead, Bock. I want you to read this list off.
All right. So we'll see how likely this is. 2025 AI going with a pretty safe pick. Patrick Mahomes at Kansas City. Certainly could see that happening. 2026, they see CJ Stroud stepping up with the Texans. Certainly be interesting to see if he can replicate what he did his rookie year. 2027, they're believers in Caleb Williams and what is going on with the Chicago Bears. In 2028, AI predicts Marvin Harrison will be the NFL MVP from the wide receiver position with the Cardinals. Of course, Marvin Harrison Jr. Like to hear that as a Cardinals fan. 2029, this is where AI starts to make its turn. Shedeur Sanders is picked as the NFL MVP, playing for the Minnesota Vikings. So keep that in mind if you're a Vikings fan. Doesn't sound like things are going to go all that well with JJ McCarthy, as they're going to find a way to make room for Shedeur Sanders. The Saints are expected to bring home the NFL MVP with Arch Manning in 2030. So we'll see how that goes. 2031, Trevor Lawrence still in Jacksonville. He's gonna go all throughout all these predictions. Trevor Lawrence still staying in Jacksonville. 2032, they have Malachi Nelson.
Who is that?
I have to double check here. With the Raiders winning it. The more importantly, Dylan Raiola in 2033, AI predicts will win the NFL MVP with the Atlanta Falcons. And not far behind him, by the way, 2034 is Nico Iamaleava with the Titans. So quite a lot of predictions there.
Dylan Raiola in Atlanta. I don't think that's going to pan out, Bob.
Not quite.
No, it's not Dylan's fault. But if you know football, most of the Georgia Bulldog fans are Atlanta Falcons fans. And they're going to probably hold that grudge. You know, us people down south, we hold grudges a little. Not too many, but just a little.
Well, I think, obviously, I think they would let it go if you can get a franchise quarterback if they need one at that time. Malachi Nelson, for what it's worth, by the way, used to play for USC. He's a very highly touted, recruited kid anyway. He's just a sophomore this year, but going to UTEP. So he started at USC, then went to Boise State, now at UTEP. So they expect a career resurgence from him. But yeah, kind of interesting to kind of break down. It's kind of funny. And also, you look at these future picks and stuff like that, and people can kind of combat you with, well, Dylan Raiola didn't do this his freshman year, or led the Big Ten in interceptions, or, you got certain, things that you hear all the time. It's still crazy to kind of see the projections down the line, not just from AI, but from scouts and stuff like that have Dylan still, squarely projected as a top pick. We'll see. I mean, this is really the year where the rubber hits the road with that. If he can kind of take off and get things headed in that direction. If he struggles, then I think you're going to start to see those predictions come down quite a bit, obviously.
Should you trust the AI? Would you?
No, absolutely not.
Okay. That I wanted to make sure, because I believe in Archie Manning, who said that his grandson is staying with the Longhorns past this season and probably many more. Did either Peyton or Eli come out early?
I don't believe they did.
All right. 4 years.
But that's interesting. Yeah. I mean, to stay a few more years with Archie Manning. Again, he's not a guy that necessarily, as we know, family situation. Maybe has to make the decision all about money. If he really enjoys what he's kind of doing at Texas there, maybe he will stick around, but he's got, he will be draft eligible after this season. So he'll have a decision to make if he lives up to the hype.
It's not going to be a decision. I believe in the Manning family are very, not saying strict, but they stick to their word most of the time.
Yeah. Well, I would let the younger Arch make that decision more than the grandfather. But maybe that's
You don't think Peyton and Eli and Archie and what's his dad name, Levi? You don't think they're gonna, especially if he don't win a national championship. So I think he comes back to try to win one. You don't think?
You wonder. I mean, if those guys who had obviously Super Bowls, his uncles there and Peyton and Eli, because you often hear like, okay, the funnest time I had or the best time I had, even from football players before you hit all the money, was in college, right? Where it was at a time less about the money. Now that might kind of change what people think. And so maybe that's kind of the advice they're giving it to him. Maybe be a legend in college before you go to the pros. But again, I think it's just circumstantial. We'll see what happens. Like you said, if they win a championship, what's left to prove? If he wins the Heisman, what's left to prove? If he does not and still feels like there's something to be out there, he might come back. There's plenty of money for him to be made. I mean, we're not talking about just anybody. He is, I think, the number one. Shador was last year. Arch was, kind of going in this year, number one among NIL earners or potential earners there. So, I think his decision's a little bit more interesting than others. But at the same time, if you also have to look at the top of the draft. Sometimes might help make the decision for you if you feel like there's a team selecting with the first couple of picks that might be interested in you, that you aren't intrigued by, or if there's the opposite, right, where there's a franchise you don't love right there. We've certainly seen the Manning family, Eli Manning in specific, kind of dictate his way there.
Yeah, I believe that. I believe what you're saying is true, Bock. All right, Bock, what you got? You sent me a list of things that you had wanted to get in today, so let's get them in.
Yeah, just I think it's interesting as we kind of look at Dabo Swinney at Clemson and kind of what's going on there. There's been less success over the last couple of years. They did win the ACC championship last season, and of course made the playoffs. But I guess I just didn't realize without this graphic put in front of me what he's doing there and how special it's been. We all know Tom Osborne went 25 years with 9 or more win seasons at Nebraska, and that is incredible. Dabo Swinney still far behind, right? Still a decade behind, but now is at 14 straight years with 9+ wins at Clemson. Again, maybe not amazing. I mean, we've all lived through it. We've seen Clemson be one of the top programs in the nation, but that level of consistency is incredible. The only other coaches that have done that or surpassed that and are in between Osborne and Swinney, if you will, are Nick Saban, who did it 16 straight years at Alabama. Obviously incredible there. And then Bobby Bowden did it 14 years from 1987 to 2000. We all know about the 1990s run that Florida State had where they were top 5 every year. I think it's kind of interesting. Dabo Swinney in this conversation, right? In the same conversation of Bobby Bowden and Nick Saban and Tom Osborne. Those are the all-time greats. Do you still view Dabo in that way?
What'd you say now?
Do you still view Dabo as an all-time great? Even though his teams maybe has dropped off from the mid kind of 2010s.
Well, he has to get his swagger back. I mean, he's still a young coach. I mean, I don't know how much he still believes in the transfer portal with not getting players, but at the same time, to not even if he didn't get players out of the transfer portal, he has some of the top groups in college football this year. When you talk about the D-line, when you talk about the quarterback play, when you talk about still making that run like he's supposed to at Clemson, they didn't go farther than I wish they would. Clemson used to be a great team. I mean, this even from the 80s, Bock, when they was making them runs. I like Dabo. I think he's a good coach. I think he's one of Nick Saban guys, so he comes from a good coaching tree. But I think as he keeps going, he'll get better.
Yeah, as we look at it too through his run that started in 2011. If you're talking about this 9+ win run that he had. Throughout all that, maybe what's really impressive about it is only he's had one 9-win season in that. 2023 was a 9-win season. Last year, of course, as I mentioned, they won the ACC. They've got the 10 wins. But it has been a while since they were competing for the national championship. Did play in the national championship game in 2019. Of course, won it in 2016 with just one loss. And then 2018, their unblemished record there. So 2 national championships under his belt. And I just find it interesting because there's not, with Nick Saban leaving some of the guys that have Jim Harbaugh off to the NFL over the last couple of years, there's not a whole lot of guys, you can point to Kirby Smarts and Dabo Swinney's of guys that have won national titles and now throw Ryan Day in there. And so you wonder if somebody can break through and be that guy. And I believe more so there can be, right? I mean, you can see that happen. That's kind of the big question with James Franklin this year. Is he finally going to be able to win the big games that matter? And it's not so much all the way in the regular season, but especially once they get to the playoffs. And then you can kind of add to because that's what I always go with when I'm thinking, okay, who's going to win a championship? I love to feel like, okay, I'd like to be somebody that's done it before, somebody that I can see fight through it. That's why I have questions with Steve Sarkisians and the James Franklins, because he just haven't seen it before. And even Ryan Day. I know Ryan Day now has won a national championship, but again, you think about last year when the Nebraska game, I think he had the best talented, the most talented roster all year last year. Wasn't able to get it going until after the Michigan game. Now, once they turned it on, they really found the juice that they needed to. But I'm still not completely convinced that Ryan Day is in that level, especially historically, as the Dabo Swinney or Kirby Smart there. So we'll see. Could be a first time winner this season. We had it last year. Had it the 2 previous years, in fact. So maybe we continue the trend.
Who's your favorite this year, Bob?
It is tough. As we know, there are 6 teams in the coaches poll that have a first place vote. And it's just there's a lot of transition up there, especially at the quarterback position. Again, if you didn't miss the coaches poll, Texas number 1, Ohio State number 2, Penn State number 3. I think Georgia's at number 4. I don't have it right in front of me, but I honestly, I just, like I said, I have questions there with teams that haven't previously won it. So I might say Ohio State, although there's a lot to replace there. I've seen over the years when you expand playoffs, Ohio State's always going to be in the mix.
Yeah. Me, I'm thinking Georgia. If Georgia gets his offense going like they supposed to with Gunner Stock and get some receivers that can really catch the ball, because Georgia has plenty of running backs in their backfield. Their defense is always excellent. So if the offense clicks at Georgia, going to be a dangerous team for me, I think.
Yeah, I'm interested in Gunner Stockton.
He
came in, played
too.
somewhat well, right in replacing what he had to do there at Carson Beck in the playoffs, but not overwhelming, right?
Yeah.
And maybe you don't need an overwhelming quarterback to win at Georgia. Of course, they won with Stetson Bennett, who was pretty good, pretty darn good at times. You have to give him credit. I know he's not necessarily always the pro prospect, but a heck of a college player. And so we'll see. That's kind of the big question mark there with the Bulldogs. But it just feels like there's maybe more parity at the top. Obviously, the big Alabama's not staring down at you anymore. And so, unless we're we see something otherwise throughout the seasons where teams clearly make some separation, that's going to make the playoffs pretty fun. It's going to be pretty open, I think.
Yeah, I can't wait for college football, especially Nebraska football. We're still, battling through camp right now. Haven't had that first game yet. Still kind of optimistic about Nebraska football. Not really worried more than I was last year. Just waking up on the couch, fall asleep during the game, wake up, oh, it's over. I think we're past the close game. The close game schedules. I think we're past that part. We just got to go out there and flat out win the game. Old-fashioned beatdown. Nothing about chasing 3. Let's just chase the victory.
There you go.
That's what we need to do.
Yeah, and it is. We've heard a lot of talk from this Nebraska football team, and I asked DP this. I'll ask you the same thing. From the offensive line, they said, Rocco Spindler said they could be the best offensive line in the country. The defensive line, Riley Van Poppel said there's going to be chasing after career sack records. The punt returning and Ja'Cory Barner says he wants to lead the nation. Dylan Raiola says the goal is the national championship. All that stuff. It's good. It's good for us, right? It gives us a lot to talk about, but it's also, I think, a good mindset to have that you're aiming for the top, yet all of it coming from a 7-6 team, right? So do you like them talking that way, trying to kind of maybe get the confidence going early, or would you rather have them maybe step back and kind of say, again, somebody asked earlier on the text line, well, what do you want them to say? Well, it's more about working through the progress.
You don't tell your team goes. You shouldn't out loudly say it. This is team goals, win the Big Ten, win the national championship, or play for it. Those are goals we set a long time ago. First goal we wanted to be the most physical team on the field. That's a goal. You always want to be the most physical team on the field. You set that as a goal, then you build one game at a time. Go. That's all football is. You say one game at a time because you can't think about week 10 and you're only in week 1. You can't think about Michigan when you got Toledo or somebody right there at your door.
Well, Cincinnati, right? Yeah.
Or Cincinnati. You got 3 games to play to Michigan. Every game is a trap game. You know, that's how you treat every game. You treat every game differently every week. You focus on that one game, and then you go out there and you bust your butt at practice. You learn their scheme. You learn what they do. It is all about learning the other team. I mean, football is X's and O's, Bock. That's all it is. I mean, we studied teams more than they probably studied us. We knew everything they was going. We knew they top backups. We knew what plays they like to do on down the distance. We know what they want to do on the left hash of the field. We knew what they wanted to do on 3rd and 1. So you tell that by formations, and if you're a student of the game, you definitely would know it when they line up. That's one thing Charlie McBride had over any coach I ever been coached who coached me, that he knew exactly what was going on and when to unleash the dogs.
How would you compare, you had a couple seasons going into the first game. How would you compare that, like you said, study and getting prepared for it compared to midseason when you have some tape on some guy? I mean, you're really relying on the previous season. And of course, it's a lot different now than it was then with all these different guys. I mean, you're going through probably tape of a lot of different schools from all these transfers in. But as far as, feeling prepared and all that, was the first game, did you feel more prepared because you're kind of putting all the, off-season work in, or less prepared?
I was lost. I mean, I was a JUCO transfer,
Yeah.
Bock. I didn't come in early. I came in June, still couldn't learn the playbook yet because it was against the rules, but you did the base stuff. I mean, I knew the base, Levin robber, man. I knew a couple of base blitzes. That's why they eased me into it. I mean, I still came in the game, 3rd, 4th play of the game, but, it was basically on 3rd downs and 2nd down and long. But, I was lost out there. I'm not going to sit there and tell you I was probably one of the smartest players on the team. No, it was hard for me, and it was a faster pace with me trying to learn it than me being 205. That was still a big concern in my head, playing linebacker at 205 pounds. That's probably one of my biggest worries until Coach McBride told me to just run in there and hit somebody.
How about 96? Obviously, you went in there.
I was a vet then. I knew my playbook. By the time probably about the 6th, 7th game, Bock, when I starting, that's when I really knew the playbook. That's like when I couldn't be touched because I knew what was going on. I knew my assignments. Did the other guy do the assignment like me? Sometimes he did. Sometimes he didn't. It depends. So, it's all about studying the game of football. And players this is not just based off talent. You got to really know what you're doing out on the field. That's why coaches said you got to study the playbook to get on the field.
Oh, and it's crazy because and we mentioned it before, you got to be on the same page. It's crazy how 10 guys that can win their own battle, right? And do everything right. And one guy, if he doesn't know the playbook or didn't, is guessing on a play, can blown coverage, and there you go.
We seen that at Iowa.
Yeah.
We seen that at Iowa. That was a blown play. That wasn't miscommunication. That was just bad playing. I mean, you played good the whole game, and that 1 mental breakdown gave that guy a touchdown running down the field. That cost us the game.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, as a coaching staff, you don't want to blame those guys, but deep down, they have that conversation with whoever that guy was, whoever was checking him out of the backfield.
Well, and it's interesting you brought up Iowa. Iowa has a little bit of a video going viral, at least Iowa viral, in the college football world with their quarterback, Mark Gronowski, throwing a pretty spiral on the run. Looked like to be somewhat of an out route there. I couldn't tell. It was more of a focus was on the quarterback there. And we'll see if he can kind of bring over the success that he had from the FCS level. How much more dangerous is Iowa with the quarterback, a potential quarterback? I think expectations at Iowa are a little bit lower this year because there's not as many big-time returning starters on the defensive side of the ball. So we're going to have to see them reload. But I know Phil Parker, talk about confidence in a guy. He's been able to do it with all sorts of different guys throughout the years in Hawkeye land. But if I was got a quarterback, we got a little bit of a different game plan strategy there for that Black Friday game.
Oh yeah, if Iowa has a quarterback, then that's going to be a game. I mean, especially if they're scoring 30 points a game. Now their defense is another thing because we don't know how good they're going to be this year. Lost a lot of guys on defense, but Iowa always has a tough defense every year.
And we do have a comment here from Corey on the Starter Heyman text line 402-464-5685. If you want to text in, said we had a ton of that speak it into existence mindset with Frost. They usually buckled under the pressure. It's time to just walk the walk and enjoy the talk with positive talk. Coach Rule is in his third year with his own high expectations. Nebraska fans are knowledgeable enough to know pretty quickly how truthful the talk has been. It's time for them to show up in every moment and take their opportunities. Well said, and like you said, and like he did say, it's going to be a quick evaluation. You've got a heck of a team out of the gate, and a power 4 team that beat a conference champion last year in Arizona State. They beat a playoff team in Arizona State. Season didn't end quite the way they wanted it to. They've made their own additions in the transfer portal and such to get prepared for this game. So yeah, it's not going to take too long into the season to get a pretty good evaluation in that first game. But again, I still hesitate to say. Remember, if Nebraska does not, I hate to say it because you knock on wood and all that, does not come out on the best in the winning column. I'll just put it that way. In Kansas City, season is not over. There's still a lot to work with. We know that. We saw that last year with a Notre Dame loss to Northern Illinois. So let's not all panic. Not necessarily going to be at midseason form early in the season, but as we all know, we hope that Nebraska can get the victory and get that momentum rolling to begin with.
Yeah, should bring Jake in again. I want to get him upset. Jerry Jake Field. That's his going to be his name. All right, this is Bock in the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. We'll be right back.
MHC isn't a new company, just a new name. Moe's Moving is now Moe's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered, specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can handle your commercial moves as well. MHC Moving has 0 hidden fees. You'll never pay for same-day booking or be charged for stairs, heavy items, or elevator fees. Rates are the same Monday through Saturday, and you will never pay a truck or fuel surcharge. And they offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, 2-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at WindowWorldLincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with the child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Looking to upgrade your hay equipment this season? Landmark Implement has a lineup of pre-owned balers and windrowers ready to go to work. In the race against time, make sure your hay equipment is up to the task. When you buy used hay equipment from Landmark, you're backed by our extensive parts and service network, complete with mobile techs and parts drop-off points to keep you in the field. Shop all used hay equipment online at landmarkimp.com or stop by your local Landmark to experience the Landmark difference.
I can't believe I just scratched that car. Find my insurance card.
Dude, what do you have in this glove box? Ew, are these socks dirty?
Oh, forget about the socks. I need my insurance card.
Just pull it up on the State Farm mobile app.
But I can do that? Oh, hey, I can do that.
Yep, it's called service.
I can file a claim on here too?
Yeah, it's called service.
Whoa, I can call my agent too?
It's called service.
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Krikak, today at 402-474-1173.
A lot of businesses say they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business wants anything but your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, just as they do their customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and a diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? You need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help you get the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Call the trial attorneys you can trust. 877-42-LIBERTY.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
Advanced Medical Imaging is the largest radiology group in Nebraska, located in Lincoln at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. At Advanced Medical Imaging, they utilize state-of-the-art technology and blend it together with their compassionate, skilled team to guide you through every step. Whether it's an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray, their precise diagnostics help your doctor deliver the best care plan for you. Choose clarity and comfort in your life by choosing Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard and online at amimaging.com.
Hog Wild's giant stuffed baked potatoes are anything but basic and really hit the spot when you're craving a little comfort food. Nothing is more satisfying than a Hog Wild baked potato loaded with butter, sour cream, cheddar cheese, bacon bits, and chives. Add your choice of a Hog Wild house smoked meat like pulled pork, chicken, or brisket for a little extra. Order online at GoHogWild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
When you're outdoors beneath Nebraska skies, adventure comes in all sizes. From quick escapes and long weekends to true off-the-grid retreats. Paddle, hike, camp, explore. Whether you have a few hours or a few days, we'll guide you to a state park or recreation area that's a perfect fit. Start your next adventure today at yournebraskaparks.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Bock and the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. I'm longtime Ticket veteran Jake Bockoven. He is the Husker Hall of Famer, All-American, and the leading tackler of the greatest team of all time. Of course, that is the 1995 Huskers, Terrell Farley. And you can catch us every day from 1 to 3 here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's interesting. It's kind of, you look at the preseason award watch list that are coming out. Different Huskers kind of selected from position to position. And Emmett Johnson a couple days ago was selected to be a preseason award watch list for the Doak Walker Award, which of course goes to the best running back in the country. Now, for what it's worth, the Big Ten has plenty of names here in the Doak Walker Award watch list. So I could run kind of through them real quickly. Aiden Laffrey and Caden Fagan of Illinois both make the watch list. Roman Hemby, who is transferring over from Maryland to Indiana, makes the list. Kamari Moulton, the sophomore running back at Iowa, looking over to take over for Johnson there. We'll see if he can keep up that strong run game that they had going. Maryland's got Nolan Ray on the watch list. Michigan has Jordan Marshall, Justin Haynes. Minnesota, Darius Taylor. A.J. Turner also making the watch list for the Gophers. Nebraska, of course, just Emmett Johnson, as we mentioned. Ohio State with C.J. Donaldson in the running. Mekhi Hughes, the big transfer from Tulane for Oregon, is on the watch list along with Noah Whittingham. Guys that might have more of a potential to win it, of course, they're in Penn State with Nick Singleton and Katron Allen. Devin Mockabee, all arms and legs of him, going to be there for Purdue, if you can believe it. And then we've got Jalen Berger and Javen Thomas for UCLA. USC gets a trio in there in Eli Sanders, Brian Jackson, and Wayman Jordan. And Jonah Coleman, big name to watch out for there for Washington. Pretty darn good running back. As we look at it, of course, would be, you have to make a big stride to go from just one touchdown last year on the ground for Emmett Johnson to Doak Walker Award. Now, I again want to go out to point out he was not the short yardage back. Plenty of times he got Nebraska close to the goal line, so don't hold those touchdown numbers against him. But just kind of using that and cherry picking that stat to say it would be a big jump for Emmett Johnson. Terrell, as we get closer to the season, how big does Emmett Johnson have to play in it? I mean, we obviously know he's kind of the number one proven running back in this, and we feel like he's a big threat out of the backfield. He showed that his usage rate went up quite a bit and his production went up quite a bit when Dana Holgerson came back. Can Nebraska be successful if he is the best player on offense?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so. I mean, he don't have to be the best. He has to be the most reliable. Best player sometimes has slumps. Emmett has to really come into his own groove. I think with him coming back and having to show all to himself that he's out to show people. You know, I had a conversation with him the other day. He's trying to be a leader out there, and I think that's good for Nebraska football. He's a leader of the running back room. Still has a long way to go, I think, in terms of bettering his game. He can get better. The overall, the running back room needs Emmett, and without Emmett, that running back room is nothing. I wouldn't say nothing, but it wouldn't be as good as it is. I mean, we could have went in the portal and got a great backup for Emmett, but you know, we got two freshmen that's trying to crack the rotation. You have Quinn Ives, who's a big back, kind of on the injured reserve right now. But you know, I mean, things should get better before the season. I think all eyes on Emmett this year, more than we talk about Dylan Riola and the receivers. All eyes on the running game this year.
Do you think he's as good of a candidate as anybody? Because I often talk about there's going to be several players that have to make a big jump and kind of get into that all Big Ten category. You know, if for Nebraska to have a very successful season, do you think he's as close to anybody on the team to do that?
He's one of them. You know, I wouldn't single him out and say no. He has a long way to go. I mean, obviously the Big Ten has good running backs, so he has to be on that Singleton level, that Penn State running back level. Has to have over 1,000 good yards. We seen the two-headed back from Ohio State last year. Both guys had 800 yards, but both guys still ended up going first, second, third round.
Yeah, second round, both of them.
Yeah, so you know, I think the things with Emmett is just play your game, hold on to the football. We all know, you know, when I say this because that good year that Anthony Grant had, that 900 and some yards he had his junior year, and then come back his senior year and that drop off that he had that really cost him probably a chance in the NFL. But you know, Emmett's a smart kid. He's a workaholic. I think the more we give him to feed him the ball, the better he will be able. He got great open field vision. Got great tunnel vision. I'm just excited to see what he's gonna do.
Yeah, and he's talked about too, because he was, again, I go back to the fact that he kind of was Nebraska's big play threat, if you will. You know, those big plays might have been more 40-yard plays than 70-yard plays, but that's what he's talked about this offseason, is he wants to include that in his arsenal, to be the big play type and to kind of break off some of those big plays. I think a lot of that's going to do with downfield blocking. Nebraska obviously was not too happy with that from their wide receivers throughout a majority of the year, and maybe got better toward the end. Of course, a lot of different guys in that room now. Can you go from a guy that maybe, I mean, I guess my question is, does he have the top end speed to be a guy that can break 70, 80 yarders?
On a good day. You know,
depends on competition.
Well, it depends on competition. Well, some guys are born with speed. You know, probably I wouldn't say probably a team like Cincinnati, but will he do it against Michigan? I don't know, because you know, them guys are top end speed.
Athletes,
yeah, they got athletes. Think about Emmett. I also see this take 7.673 said, can Emmett have 1K season? I think he can, but at the same time, the offense has to be in favor of him. And when I say that, as we can't be that quick strike team, I think this offense has to do a lot of grinding this year because you want to be on the field more than the defense. So until the defense catches up with them or be on the same page, we're still just losing Ty and Nash. You got to figure out who's going to be those guys. You don't figure it out just going against each other. You figure it out on down the season when you play Cincinnati, when you play Akron, when you play Michigan. That's when you see more guys that try to get in there at the same time. But, I think we need to be we don't need to be that quick strike offense. We need to be like a 10-play, 8-play drive offense that can really chew the clock and help this team out until we learn how to win these close games.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see kind of if they can, you obviously feel good about big playability. You also like the idea to be able to grind out a drive and consistently move the ball. It might not be the big plays, but you're consistently moving the ball and picking up those first downs. And obviously it's been big for Nebraska when they do move the ball down the field to have that red zone success, as well as, finishing off with field goals and at least getting the snap back there so the kicker gets an opportunity, right? And we believe a lot of that stuff will be cleaned up this year. So there's a lot of upside. There's a lot of optimism. There's a lot of expectations with this offense to take off. And Dana Holgorsen obviously being a big part of that. But I would still say don't completely focus on the 1,000 yards either, because I just think he's going to be such a weapon out of the backfield. And when they're hopefully slicing and dicing downfield, him sneaking out of the backfield or being a factor out of the backfield is something that is going to be difficult for defenses to keep up with. And you just hope to get that place, right? That's Nebraska. Every year we go into it and say, well, if this guy plays his best, if that guy plays his best, if that guy plays his best, they can have a pretty dangerous offense. And not everybody has always gotten on the same table, but they have the weapons there. If they can, again, get optimize that out of each one of them, that they could be pretty difficult to prepare for as a DC.
Yeah, just having that many weapons on that offense is the scary part of why Emmett might not get 100 yards. You got guys like Ja'Cory Barney. You got guys like Dane Key, Nazir Hunter, Luke Lindemeyer. It's just the list goes on, and it all depends on, like you say, the OC. Is he going to get in that pass happy stuff? Is he going to control the ball? And I won't call him a Whipple 3.0, but at the same time, Whipple abandoned the running so bad that it made us pass every down. And that's one thing we have to do, establish the line of scrimmage. And that's how we have to dominate the line of scrimmage. That's going to prove, can we run the ball or not?
Yeah, big year ahead for the Nebraska offense. Again, we're all looking forward to it. 21 days, as we talked about earlier.
20 and a wake up.
Yeah, there you go. For Nebraska football opening Thursday night in Kansas City against Cincinnati. Hey, we're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here on Bock and the Blackshirt on 93.7 The Ticket.
Hog Wild's giant stuffed baked potatoes are anything but basic and really hit the spot when you're craving a little comfort food. Nothing is more satisfying than a Hog Wild baked potato loaded with butter, sour cream, cheddar cheese, bacon bits, and chives. Add your choice of a Hog Wild house smoked meat like pulled pork, chicken, or brisket for a little extra. Order online at GoHogWild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
From the capital to castles, starting this December, fly nonstop from Lincoln to Orlando with service from Breeze Airways. That's right, nonstop flights to Orlando out of LNK are starting this December. You're now just a flight away from Disney World, Universal Studios, Legoland, and the Space Coast. Stretch out and relax on Breeze with complimentary family seating. Book your magical getaway now at LincolnAirport.com. LNK, make flying easy.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
Saturday. Eagle Raceway is open for a full season of dirt track racing action every Saturday night. Don't miss the epic battles on the high banks of Eagle Raceway each Saturday between the Nebraska Septic Sprint Cars, Nebraska Lottery Modifieds, Avid Realty Sport Mods, Valentino's Hobby Stocks, and A1 Iron Stock Cars. Let's go racing. Eagle Raceway, just 10 miles east of Lincoln on O Street. Check out the full schedule at eagleraceway.com.
I can't believe I just scratched that car. Find my insurance card.
Dude, what do you have in this glove box? Ew, are these socks dirty?
Oh, forget about the socks. I need my insurance card.
Just pull it up on the State Farm mobile app.
But I can do that? Oh, hey, I can do that.
Yep, it's called service.
I can file a claim on here too?
Yeah, it's called service.
Whoa, I can call my agent too?
It's called service.
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Krikak, today at 402-474-1173.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Against Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Against Sports at 48th and Vine. Nebraska football opens their season on Thursday, August 28th in Kansas City, and you can be a part of the best pregame tailgate party with Blur Events, live from Kauffman Stadium, home of the Royals. Doors open 4 hours before kickoff with a live DJ promoting interactive competitions and giveaways. Tailgate games like cornhole, flip cup, and beer pong, access to ballpark concessions, and available air conditioning. Book your tickets today at blurevents.com/Kansas City and hang with 93.7 The Ticket on the scene prior to Nebraska versus Cincinnati on August 28th.
Advanced Medical Imaging is the largest radiology group in Nebraska, located in Lincoln at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. At Advanced Medical Imaging, they utilize state-of-the-art technology and blend it together with their compassionate, skilled team to guide you through every step. Whether it's an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray, their precise diagnostics help your doctor deliver the best care plan for you. Choose clarity and comfort in your life by choosing Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard and online at amimaging.com. Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
A1 Automotive's second location is now open at 5110 State Hill Drive, just off of Yankee Hill Road. The new location continues to specialize in all makes and models and provides personalized service as they have for 15 years. With the school year here, A1 Automotive reminds you that college students get 10% off any service, and they offer free tire repair with a valid college ID. Schedule your appointment today at a1autolincoln.com and visit their new location in South Lincoln at 5110 State Hill Drive or downtown at 11th and L.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies with a light breeze. It'll be hot with an afternoon high near 95. Tonight, partly cloudy skies with a light breeze, and a low around 76. And tomorrow, we'll see lots of sunshine. It'll be breezy and hot with an afternoon high near 99. I'm meteorologist Kyle Flecker from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Bock and the Black Shirt as we end the day with the last segment. Beautiful day out here in Lincoln. Supposed to be really hot. Watch your animals and watch yourself while you out today. Bock, top 5 rising stars in the Big Ten. Julian Sayer, Desmond Williams Jr., Aiden Childs, Bryce Underwood, Dylan Riola. How big of a season is this for Dylan?
Oh, it's absolutely huge. As we talked about earlier, he's got all these projections of him still being, moving forward to be one of the top quarterbacks in college football and then move on to the NFL and be a top pick there. This is where, again, the rubber meets the road. You got to take that big jump here. You're supposed to, or generally, players a lot of the times can take the biggest jump from freshman to sophomore year. And for a guy that got as much game action as he did, we should expect that. But when you kind of look at this, like you talk about rising stars, how much will he rise compared to some of these other guys will be a big determination on how much Nebraska can. We know Julian saying, we mentioned it earlier, he is in a tough quarterback competition right now. He might not even start there for Ohio State, at least week 1 against Texas. And of course, Ohio State, as we know in the past, they've had some quarterback battles over the years, and the winners and the losers of it aren't always, might work out that well for a year. But remember, Joe Burrow once lost a quarterback battle at Ohio State, found another place to go, and I think it's done well since then. So that's always interesting. Damon Williams, you mentioned him earlier. Washington really, really showed out in their bowl game. So I'm interested to see what he can kind of do. Aiden Childs and Bryce Underwood kind of in a different category. Aiden Childs, we'll see. Jonathan Smith, of course, there at Michigan State in year 2. They're expected to make a jump. Really struggled offensively last year. We'll see if the quarterback that he brought over from Oregon State can take his big jump. And then Bryce Underwood, talk about a riser. He's this year's version of Dylan Riola, if you will, as far as top quarterback recruit now. Going to put on a legendary helmet with the Michigan helmet and see if he can get it done. And I'll be interested to see him, like at Ohio State, if they go with the young guy there, or if they go with the older guy that they brought in there from Fresno State to start things off there at Michigan. So a lot of potential. I mean, that's where Nebraska, that's where the Big Ten quarterbacks land this year. Outside of Drew Aller, Luke Altmaier, some proven names there. There's just a lot of potential, and I think by this time next year, there's going to be a lot of talk about the Big Ten maybe having one of the best quarterbacks leagues in the nation. Right now, again, probably right under that Drew Aller right there. As far as competing with the best quarterback in the nation. After that, I think you have a gap, but these guys can make up that gap throughout the season.
Now, interesting news right here. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell hints that at a potential launch of college football Red Zone on ESPN. What do you think about that, Bob?
Yeah, again,
It's like watching 8 games at once, Bob.
Yeah, it can be. It jumps around. You get all the highlights, all that. I think that could be, I think for a lot of fans, they would absolutely love it. Of course, Red Zone, very popular. I guess I've already got to the point where I can, on whatever YouTube, I have YouTube TV or whatever.
Me too. I can watch 3 games.
Right,
I can select my 3 games.
Put them all there and
we
watch
already
them
have Red Zone. YouTube TV already has Red Zone. I could pick my 3 games that I want to watch.
Yeah, you do up to 4, and then you put the whatever highlight the audio that you want. So for me, it wouldn't necessarily do a whole lot more than what I already do.
Yeah, like I don't understand why would they want to mess with college football anyway. Y'all are doing y'all thing with NFL. So I mean, that's the NFL. I mean, leave college alone. Leave us out of it.
Yeah, I mean, that's what the beauty of college football to me is that just about every game, and there's so many of them across the nation, you can watch. You can find a TV channel for, a little bit more difficult to do that in the NFL, and that's what makes Red Zone more of a necessity and more exciting to get on there and watch. But yeah, I don't know if I see the need so much in college football.
18 days to week 0, Bob.
Farmageddon.
Ready for it.
As we know now, with the Coaches Bowl coming out, Iowa State, Kansas State will be a top 25 matchup over there in Ireland. So definitely looking forward to that. And who knows, that could that could factor in heavily into who ends up winning the Big 12, who ends up getting represented going into with the Big 12, I should say, into the playoffs. So, I know Arizona State, there's a lot expected out of Sam Leavitt. Some of the weapons they have out there, particularly at wide receiver, to be able to repeat what they did there with Cam Scadaboo. Their head coach believes that they could be kind of a sleeping giant there in basically in Phoenix. So we'll see, but they're not such an overwhelming favorite in my mind that teams like Iowa State and Kansas State. Iowa State, a program record, 11 wins last year. They of course came up short in beating Arizona State in the Big 12 championship game, but were able to win their bowl game, even though Cam Ward set out the second half. But in any case, in that between Kansas State, those are two tough-nosed programs. Nothing's really given to them. They're never going to really out-recruit everybody. They're going to have to develop, and they have done so at a good enough pace for both of them to be preseason top 25. We mentioned the other day, that doesn't necessarily mean you'll be in the postseason top 25. There was, 13 teams?
Out of the 25 teams.
Yeah, more than half of it last year didn't end up being ranked. So, we could get an idea if one of those teams is a contender or a real contender early on, or, the close game might let you know that it could be two of the top teams in the Big 12.
We'll have to see, Bock. Happy birthday to Lee Corso, turns 90 today.
Wow.
We'll have his last, the first game of the season?
Yeah.
His retirement party. I wish it was at Florida State, but hey, they're doing Ohio State, Texas.
Well, it's 1 versus 2, so you understand why. But one more headgear selection for good time's sake will be fun. I think ESPN's also planning like a 1-hour program for Lee Corso coming up too here in the next couple of days, next couple of weeks. So I mean, Lee Corso, synonymous with college football and certainly college game day. So he will be missed. But we'll see. Yeah, that would be a big thing is how much, how can they replace him on college game day?
All right. We thank y'all for tuning in to Bock and the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. We'll be back tomorrow, same place, same time, same two people. All right. 93.7 The Ticket. We're out.